This was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Enjoy.
Okay, hey, my name's Kirsten.
And my name is Kristen.
And we're just going to jump right into it.
So today we're going to be telling you guys about us getting into nursing school and like all the things we had to do before we actually started nursing school. So we have a list of things here.
A whole list.
So first is acceptance letters.
So first, applying, we had to fill out this paper application and turn it in to school, and we had to wait like a month or so to get it back. And we had to go through this process after we found out we had to get certain papers done in a certain amount of time, and then we had to get other papers done in another amount of time.
Hold on. First of all, on the day we got accepted, we were in our micro class, and we had a couple of people in our class who also applied to nursing school, and this girl who was like super smart, and she sat in front of us, like was telling us about how she got an email that day saying that she got accepted. And we were like freaking out because we thought that meant we weren't accepted since we didn't get that email. And so, but then we got it and everything was great and we were super excited. Anyway.
Yeah, and this girl was like, I didn't get in this semester. And we were like,
yeah.
Dang.
We worked really hard to get it. So.
Really hard.
Once we were accepted, we had to go to this meeting with all the other people who were accepted, and it was like 70 people.
Mm-hmm.
Who got accepted for our semester?
Yeah, like 100 or 200 something applied, and like only 70 people got accepted.
Yeah. So they took us in like this room, and they gave us these packets of all the things we would have to fill out in a month. And the first thing that we needed to turn in was due like in a few weeks. So they didn't give us a lot of time to prepare.
They were like, "You're becoming nurses. Get on it."
Yeah. Like they did exactly.
Get it together.
That was a reenactment.
That was literally the meeting.
Yeah, just them doing this the whole time, and that was the whole meeting. And then
okay, so our first stack of papers was
an application. We had to apply to the actual Louisiana State Board of Nursing after we got accepted, and so they had to like run a background check.
Oh yeah,
on us.
we had like 2 background checks we had to pay for and get run. We had to get thumbprints done, so we had to go all the way to Baton Rouge. We just had to go out of our way to go get thumbprints from this police station.
Yeah. And that was horrible. We waited for 2 hours in line, and we were like some of the last people to be accepted.
And we couldn't even sit on the floor in the police station.
Yeah. We got yelled at for sitting on the ground because there were no chairs. And he said, "There's no sitting, you have to stand." So we had to stand.
There's no sitting because they're treating us like we were actually in jail.
Yeah. So we stood in line for 2 hours. Also, they don't tell you how much money you have to spend once you actually get accepted into nursing school. Like, you have to pay to apply to LSBN, which is the state board. And they don't tell you that before you're in it.
You have to pay to get your background check done. You have to pay to get your background check done. You have to pay to get your thumbprints done. You have to pay for all of your equipment, your scrubs, your stethoscope, everything like that.
Yeah.
You have to pay for textbooks. School allows us to rent some textbooks, but there's also stuff that you need to have, which we didn't really need to have some of them, but that's a different topic.
Yeah. So after we turned in all the papers for our application and like our background check and our fingerprint cards, we had to go to the hospital, like actual hospitals. Like everybody had to make their own doctor's appointments to make sure you got your flu shot and that you were up to date on all of your like childhood shots that you were supposed to get. And you had to get blood tests. Like they took like 7 vials of blood.
Tubes.
Yeah, they took a whole bunch of blood.
I'm still alive.
And you had to get a urinalysis, which the day that I went to go get my urinalysis done, I had to sit in the doctor's office for 2 hours because I didn't have to pee.
There's this like whole list of stuff that you have to get done. I had to get this Hep B series done. I had to get like the antibody and not the antigen or something like that. And my doctor had ordered the wrong thing. So I kept trying to submit it to this place that they were looking over all of your tests. And they were like, this is the wrong thing. So I had to go get blood redrawn. And then I had to find out. I found found out that I had to get the Hep B series actually over again, and I'm still in the process of doing that even after my first semester of nursing school because it's like spread out.
All of my shots were up to date, so I was Gucci on that part. But anyway,
Yeah, there's like a whole list. You have to get you have to do like a medical history. You have to get all these different things done.
it's very annoying, and it's stuff they don't tell you. And I don't know why we had to get that done in our first semester, because in our first semester at our school, we don't go to the hospital for clinicals for the first semester, so it's not like we're actually around patients yet. They just have us do all that like as preliminary, I guess.
And then you have to like keep up with it for every year though. Like you
Yeah.
have to renew like your medical history and stuff every year.
Oh yeah, you have to get a TB test, which is a little, they inject like the tuberculosis like antibodies or something. Like they see if it reacts and so if you're positive for TB or whatever. So that wasn't fun. But we like kept up with all of our papers and stuff on this website called Castle Branch, and you had to scan your documents onto it, and if they
No
weren't
one has
right,
a scanner anymore.
right.
I was taking pictures off of my phone, converting it to a PDF, and then sending it to my email, and then uploading it for every single paper that
That's
I
very
ever took a picture of.
Very stupid, very annoying, and they could reject what you sent. So they like would reject us multiple times for the pictures we sent until you get like all of them accepted, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, if you messed up, like you couldn't like take it down and re-upload. You'd have to wait for them to reject it.
So, next on the list is schedules.
Okay, well, when you first start, they definitely give you a schedule. You don't get to pick at all. They give you like kind of like a block of just where you're gonna go.
I was praying that I would get 0 8 o'clock classes, like 8 a.m.s, and I got the schedule that had 4 8 a.m.s, and me and Kirsten had 0 classes together.
But yeah, so now this semester, like our second semester, we get to pick our schedule. We get to pick like the actual schedule. Like they plan out each schedule, and you get to pick which one you want based on your clinical. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah. So now we have the same schedule, and like we're with a couple other
friends.
we're with a couple other friends in our classes now. So we're gonna show you the nursing supply bag that we had to get for our first semester, and it had all the things we used in like our clinical skills lab. This is how our bag looks. So it's just a little shoulder bag. Kirsten doesn't have the straps on hers, but you can put straps on it.
I didn't get a strap.
Everybody's games will
Everyone got a strap, but I didn't. Hey, well, every year you're supposed to order like the stuff that goes in the actual bag. And I don't have a lot of the stuff because we used it. But you get like a gown because you have to learn like PPE and stuff. So you'll get the gown and you learn how to whatever.
Put it on and take it off.
Yeah.
You learn how to do that.
You get primary and secondary tubings and bags for IVs. I have about 50 of them because I failed my first return and had to do it again.
So she said she failed her return on IVs, but returns were like just they were called return demonstrations, and they were
For
like
both of our lab classes, we had to do these.
yeah, and it's like a test without writing things. You had to perform the skill that you learned in class. So for instance, we had one where we had to start in like prime IV bags. And then we had one where we had to learn vital signs and like we had to do assessments of the body. And so that's how we would get graded in our lab classes so that we can move on. And you get one redo on all of your returns.
Yeah.
There's IV bags.
It doesn't come in the bag, but this is something you have to buy. It's your stethoscope, and this is mine. Ooh, who is she, Meredith Grey? Woo!
We're gonna insert pictures of how our uniforms looked like all together. We had green scrubs, which I didn't like at first, but now I do.
We get this entire box of alcohol pads.
I barely used any of those.
Me
I
neither.
used everybody else's.
Towards the end, I started using it.
Yeah.
But it's full with alcohol pads. So, that's awesome.
Yeah. Here's a mask.
A mask. Oh,
Here's a glove.
that didn't come with it. I don't know where the other one is. They have, you get your tongue depressors, you get your, like, cotton swab stick things. and cotton and some tape. It also comes with a whole bunch of syringes and needles to practice your injections, and vials and ampules. Needle is like very, very long.
Yeah. We got to learn how to
My
give each other shots.
Sigma 380.
We had to give shots this year. We had to do blood stick, like finger glucose tests. You know, the little things you have to do before
Accu-checks.
you, check your glucose in your blood, basically. But we had to do it on each other, which was a fun experience. If you're scared of shots, you learn really fast not to be.
It's fine because when I was getting my Accu-check done, I was the very first person. This guy in my class, the teacher was like, okay, who wants to get stuck first? This girl raised her hand. This guy was like, Kirsten. So he stuck me first, and I bled the entire class. My teacher had to put my finger in a Band-Aid and then like cut off a piece of a glove and stick it on top so I wouldn't like contaminate anything. So yeah.
Nobody else bled like that.
I don't even bleed a lot, but I bled a lot that time.
Doing the blood glucose checks on our fingers, before we started, my teacher like told our class that a girl found out she had diabetes in our class, and so we were all scared to get ours done because we were scared we were gonna have diabetes and like, our glucose was gonna be super high, and we just didn't know it. I don't know why she told us that, because we were all sitting like waiting our turn, like scared that the number was gonna be super high. So we're gonna end it with some advice for other people who may be starting their first semester of nursing school. So we're just gonna back and forth it.
First of all, you're gonna be very stressed out.
Yeah, stress.
Very stressed out.
You do not know, I guarantee you don't know real stress until you start nursing school.
And you realize what stress really is.
There's something you have to do, like a big thing you have to do every single week. There's something that you're always worrying about.
Yeah.
Like, there's in the back of your mind, you're always thinking about something that you should be doing.
Yeah, never a dull moment, so it's not boring. Like,
Because
there's always
you
something.
either have a farm test, and then the next week you'll have a return, and it's like you can't even stop to take a break.
Yeah. And I remember one time during midterms week, I was taking a shower and all of my emotions just hit me, so I started crying in the shower, and I sat in the shower and cried for about 15 minutes. That was the low point of my semester, I think. And sleep. You never sleep anymore.
Oh, baby.
You
I
don't-
slept.
She slept because she didn't have 8 a.m.s every day. I never slept. Like, I never got sleep. I was sleep deprived.
But let's just talk about farm for a second, like, as a whole, because I almost didn't pass farm.
Farm is pharmacology and pathophysiology, and that's the hardest class you take first semester.
It can walk into the test, and the test will be like, this man is coughing. What does he have?
What's his middle name?
If it's a respiratory test, he can have anything.
His sputum is green. What did he eat for breakfast? Or like, what will his next wife's name be? Like, those are the questions.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself for farm if you haven't mentally prepared yourself already.
But even any of the lecture classes, like we have a health assessment class where it's like basically the entire test is you're put into a certain situation and you need to know like what to do. Like everything seems right. You just have to know like what the right thing is to do first.
Yeah.
Because they're all right. You just have to know what to do right first.
Yeah, so it's like, say somebody fainted. Do you tap them first or do you call 911 first?
Yeah, and
Like,
it's like
you
somebody
do both. Next, I will say, friends. You may go into nursing school knowing just like one person, but you will leave with so many people that you like because you are forced to do things together.
And
like,
you're all doing the same thing, so you all understand the same pressure.
yeah. It's not like prereqs where everybody's like separated and like not everybody's taking all the same things at once. You're all taking all the same things, and so some of the classes you might have the same people in every class. And so those people you like become really close to.
Especially like your lab classes, like it's like 5 people. It's like basically being in a clinical, but just like in a lab. So it's like you become really close with those like 5 or 8 people or however many people you have. Oh yeah, study.
Studying is a big one.
Look, we thought in prereqs we didn't
I did it. We never studied.
We didn't have.
For nursing classes, you can't do that. You have to study weeks or like at least a week in advance for your big test, or else you will fail.
It does not slide.
I failed my first pharmacology test, and that was the first test I failed in college, and it really brought me down a level.
Yeah. You also have to accept C's at this point because C's get degrees.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be you. We used to laugh at the people that said C's get degrees. We used to laugh at them and say, that'll never be us. It happens. And it's very sad to just bring yourself down a level.
Hopefully you got something out of this.
I think that's all we got. Nursing school is scary, but it can be rewarding. Like, it makes you realize once you're doing the skills that if it's something you actually want to do. It's scary.
Even though it's very, very hard and I sometimes don't like it, I feel like overall, I like it.
Once we're out, I can say that I liked it. When we were in it, it was horrible. Just like the stress.
So yeah!
Like our video, subscribe to us, leave comments.
Yeah.
We'll see you in our next
see you guys
video. Bye!